Hey guys, here we are playing, these attorney investigations as we are progressing further and further. So yeah, let's see if we can do this. Second statement.
Hold it!
But we're in an agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Things that I wanted to smuggle there are a lot bigger than nothing. That's not necessarily true. What? But I'm right now, without further discussion of my conclusion, the landing of my conclusions. One of the launch a crossbow was not the statue itself, rather something a crossbow can launch used to move the statues.
Objection!
Finally, we reached this point in our discussion, where I present to you which was carried by an arrow from the crossbow. Yeah, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to the arrow and then you shot into the coach and saw it. All the way from the 5th floor to BSD. Down to the 3rd floor of the BSD. That we are claiming is what really happened. You see how that appearance that you could be moved. You would use to move the statue down the wire. The 3rd floor. But then what about the bell bearing statue? They'll in photos flying away from bottom. Bring the observer away from gravity from the 3rd floor BSD up to the 5th floor of the BSD. How do you explain that? Ah. Haha, finally I see how the gears behind this whole trick works. Enjoying the motion behind this trick, I wonder if perhaps you have reversed how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? I believe it was done through a rotating motion. The statue will transport simultaneously. Get the thing. Load each other somewhere along the way.
Objection!
They ever said there was only one line of wire between the offices? If you shot an arrow 2 ends of a wire tied to the circular belt can be formed.
Not so fast!
Wang Shi says don't object to call success what is beyond reasonability. Taking account of danger difference between the two wires. The top one should snag 2 parts to the point where the statues will collide anyway. Agent Lang, she know the brilliant statue of one of the kind natural treasures. That is hollow a replica of the real statue. She would naturally be lighter than the real one. Yet my idea is very possible. Lang Shi says, what? Ow! Here's what I believe will happen. Issue and her mystery cooperator set themselves up to different rooms. Rogue grabs by a bridge the room by shooting the 2 ends right down on the arrow. Then when the 2 of them covered the statue and proceeded to transport the statue. After the switch, the complete arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire. Well, where it was disposed of. Viewed inside of the Ah. Yep, this proves it, right, Angel Lang? That I am not the killer. Not yet, sis. I still haven't my dessert yet. But, Mr. Prosecutor, is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. So, what do you think? You can do it to prove that what you said what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I will take a certain person back home with me as a souvenir. As long as there's no proof, it means just that. However, what I have laid on our officers, there is this one more piece of evidence. One more? It should be interesting. I think this piece of evidence will turn your evidence fact. Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. That made it possible to get a circular belt wavelength. That's right here in this very room. No, yeah, it's actually easy.
Take that!
Now looks like you drop another bomb on us again. Last trick are two pulleys. Precisely, the ceiling fans do as pulleys in this case. Thanks to the fact that there was one installed in the offices, the ceiling fans made the perfect pulley to the wire to run. This must be it. This is how the smuggling bypasses the railroad security. You really are something, Mr. Anything else, Mr. Prosecutor? Bet you figured it all out, haven't you? You know who's the big shot who said it? They show it is, don't you? The person who said it on large kind of backstage show needs to be someone who has foreknown of this of the ceiling fan in both of them. Because, you know, that version of Fire Sports that should be Cesaro. That's why behind this case. Oh, don't you dare to make this wolf wait for his food. Yes, it is a worth. If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? Point a finger here, well. However, it's already too late for me to stop for momentum. Yes, that I have no choice now. Rush in. Piece of evidence will point us to the
Take that!
smuggling should not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had time were so big. That Miss Forgama didn't even notice the arrows were when she visited this room. On top of this all, that knew that both officers had a ceiling fan tells us that the person with the information of the Bezzy's layout. As you may already guess, the person I'm using of this pen is who grew the flowers in the flower box with almost care. Because it can only be you, accuses Album. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? Certain of what I'm saying. Sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was that about trying to accomplish by doing all the stuff that you outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that? I understand your need of that. However, there's only one thing that stands out to me as very odd. Just one thing, huh? To obtain complex trick. We're finally against to everything. Everything will be clear once we examine this piece of evidence.
Take that!
I would fully understand the reasoning of this situation first. The double swapping of the real paradox statue for the fake. Very shady reason for bizarre action. Better than as the reason of the king himself. I see. So we'll be examining the statue now, with or without your permission. Okay. Kinda like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? That is possible. Look at the area around the base of the neck. Like there's a gap. Hey, you're right. Maybe some kind of secret. Not possible to open this gap in its contraction. What? Hurry up and open it, mouse. Alright, here goes. Oh, it really did open. What's this thing that fell out? Or the 7 of its environment. You know, is this? Hey, is that what I think it is? It's a plate of making counterfeit bills. Somehow it appears that we at long last arrived. The exit of the complex labyrinth. We finally hold in our hand one of the counterfeit money plates. The reason why the replica was smuggled into a bus to begin with. It can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretary. Replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covering gold. In the circumstances that make the statue the ideal object in which contraband. Even the statue in the counterfeit bills, Sheena, Ambassador had a misfortunate accident running into the Musket number 2. The Ambassador rise to a replica statue in Musket number 2. In order to frame the Steel Samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Ambassador Ballon. You are the leader of the smuggling ring? My country's in a mess. It's all because of you? You're the one who killed the Musket number 2? Answer us. I never thought that you were to figure out things at this level. However, there's one point of disagreement. Your head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Coachin. Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who's trying to pass the guilt on a dead man. One thing I'm sure of is you're the real readerling cases of Bob. Good. Speaking of such a no, Lang. Objectively, I consider you anything but sort of logical investigation. Logical investigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss Von Kama. I don't think you can give a flip-flop logical any weight, do you? Huh? Looks like you still don't get it why I came here. Excuse me? See, the real reason I came back is that I could sink my fangs into your really old skin from the very beginning. Thought it had been you. What? Yelling, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis, I didn't mean to put you through all that. No, I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. Did? I knew that this whole incident should be planned and prepared for. So naturally, I'm copying out of the room. My Basil Balam seems the most suspicious. And the doubt there's a permission we couldn't get in. Take a look round. That's why you put the big so accused Francesca of the murder. Because bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigate rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, no, Beza would have given the okay to poke around. Is that the real? No, okay, well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth, Ling. Giving us such a great opening, I thank you. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor. Somehow we were able to find some proof by investigating this room. Able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic. Evidence detectives collected combined with the logic of a prosecutor. Just as could be as a prosecutor detective team, right? Yeah, I don't know about that at all that. But one thing I do know, needing to see that the old man gets what he coming to him. Quite scary, aren't you? You were the one who used me to push all the guilt onto the sis. Well, what you know, for you misjudged me. Angel Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to imitate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. Only if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge that your crime's dignity. Dignity? Nothing more than just a fool's display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, trying to make it correct. I'd like you first come with the thing called evidence. I tell you, I know nothing. Really. Didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside. That you stopped the real stage and invested in your country, but to real for a fake it doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything. Makes sense? Where does it make sense? Here, proof. Doesn't make sense? He really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. Proof that Interpol has been after points this man as a smuggling ring. We can somehow find the proof now, then we can see if the justice is finally served. Then I can use to break this case wide open. Card and videotape. So the two items might be able to bring back this man, but the card is evidence that from a case of affair they hide away in secret. Tape was stolen by Detective Bad, the police. Woefully the evidence. I don't know what a protector of the law can be allowed to use such a piece of evidence. Needless to say. Yeah. We von Karmas are committed to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. You were only way you could bring someone like that to justice was do so outside of the courts. It's what we thought at the time. No longer follow the path of Manfred from Palma. I won't follow the path of Yatagasu. Ask me with what? What will I believe in? Pursue the truth. Will surely solve my hands and let it be. Want to pursue the justice, then I will lose the truth. It's a law, and what is justice? Path as a boss is supposed to follow. That choice is the one I need to make my own. No limit in the law. Limit that accessible present goes beyond the limit of the law too crosses in a new territory. It's the reason where laws invented. The answer what I'm no show. Abazobala. Wonder if you might recognize this. Ooh, I wonder what that card is. I've seen that before in my life. It's the active card used by the leader of the ring to relaying instructions to their subordinates. Oh, is that what it is? This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago, and by the man name of Mr. Kenny Cochin. So why do you have such a card in your possession? It was the hand delivered to me. Send a great thief, the Yatagasu. Yatagasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense and let's serious. Be serious, Miss Edgeworth. Have any proof that the card contains directions from the smuggling ring? I do have to let you know the card was not the only thing I was given. What? It contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG incident. KG8 incident? Card and the video. These will be sealing your fate. Oh, very interesting. I'm now very curious. Very curious indeed how these case-deciding pieces of evidence you have presented. Pray that the guys have been chasing all this time stands before me. And that's where I'm gonna end off for today, guys. I wish you all a good day, a good week, and peace, my prayers. Have a nice day. Bye bye.